Welcome to the Inner Work Guides Alchemical Gnosis Yoga of the West podcast. I'm your host, John H. Reed III. Let's get to it. I'm calling this episode Introduction, Disclaimer, and Warning. The introduction being that alchemical gnosis is a term that you probably have not come across before. Not many people today even realize that, as in the East, Western adepts devised a set of disciplined practices and meditations designed to draw the seeker of understanding ever inward and upward. But now for the disclaimer. Even though alchemical, herbal, and mineral preparations are used to catalyze one's inner journey, no psychoactive compounds. So they require your conscious intent. You have to have some skin in the game. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's not enough for you to say, okay, I'm going to use this product and it's going to very violently throw me into an altered state. This work demands that you establish a relationship with nature. See, in the West, we're so removed from natural things that we've got to use powerful products to try and remind us of the truth of ourselves. The fact is that every plant has a spirit and it will commune with you. But we've also become lazy. We want to take a pill and have all the work done for us. But there's another way, a safer way, to enter into this inner journey, this seeking of understanding of the ultimate inner truth. And so, yes, the Hermetic science does require that you have skin in the game, that you establish a fidelity with nature. And there's just no other way to say it. And that takes a specific type of practices. The very least that one would do is a consistent vigil of nature. And I'll go into that in another podcast, the specifics of that. But it basically is showing up every day around the same time, same place, exposing yourself to nature. Of course, you're wearing a coat or something like that, but it's being outside in nature and your emotions freely. The other thing is that you also, because you're using products, the thing about alchemy is that one's internal state imprints onto the products being made. And so even the best alchemist has issues. And those issues tinge the products that they make. So that's why it's always advisable that the person who is going to be using Hermetic principles for inner work, at the very least, make a carrier, or what's called the basic 7 herbs, so that the higher products can be placed into those carriers. And in that way, your base product greatly nullifies any of that tinging effect of the dysfunction that, every human being has some dysfunction. They're out of balance. That's why we're here, is to learn balance. And so you have to have some skin in the game. It's not a thing where you can say, okay, I'm a tourist. I'm going to go down. I'm going to take this substance. And believe me, those things are very powerful. I'm not poo-pooing them. But if you're always chasing the dragon and you don't know how to integrate that experience, it's really not doing you any good. I mean, after everything that Jung wrote about, he spent the next 20 some odd years seeking to integrate those inner experiences to understand them. And so, yes, there is skin in the game. You have to show up. There's a reason for that fidelity of nature. And this now comes to the warning. This work is like stirring the mud at the bottom of a riverbank. In short, it's not cotton candy spirituality. You're going to have to step into the umbra. And there's a very good reason for that, and we'll get into it in, again, another podcast. But the very fact is that because this is an organic work, there's nothing magical about it. What these erstwhile Western adepts realized millennia ago is that there's a way to speed up the evolution of a human being, to become more, to become Homo spiritualis. But because this is indeed a natural path, it will test you. Because again, there are hierarchies and all types of governance that control one's inner progress. And most of humanity just is not interested, for specific spiritual reasons, in doing this kind of work. The system that exists, it would probably be better to say the intelligence charged with maintaining the polarity of our experience in this realm. It will try everything to get you to step away from what you committed to, while at the same time nature is demanding fidelity of you, of your relationship, of your commitment to show up each day. And in the end, this intelligence charged with maintaining polarity will calcine you. I mean, I tell every one of my students each year in the spring, this work will cause some disruption in your life, the degree to which no one can say. But there hasn't been a person who has done this work as I have presented it to them over the last 30 plus years, that did not go through a period of calcination to the matter that they're using and in their life, because alchemy is a dual science. And finally, no one can promise you anything about success in this work. Again, this isn't take a pill, take a substance, drop out, tune in. It's really about your commitment. And while I can't guarantee anyone's success, I can say resolutely that everyone who has applied themselves to this work and followed the instruction given have all had experiences that mirror each other. And so you can be sure if someone in alchemy is telling you, oh, I made my basic 7, it was a breeze, it was beautiful, I felt, liberated, and, whatever ice cream, balloons, and cotton candy people want to talk about. The truth of the matter is that this work, when you go through it and you do it properly, is cathartic. And there's not a person that doesn't feel changed dramatically and from the inside at the end of it. Thank you for listening to the Inner Work Guide's Alchemical Gnosis Yoga of the West podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to my various channels. Contact me by writing to theinnerworkguide@gmail.com. Go to my website, innerwork.guide, read the blog, create an account, get on the mailing list, click that donate button to support my work.